everybody. Welcome to ALPOUGH. Some call me Comet. First name's Michael. Too many Michael Alpoughs out there. Let's just go with ALPOUGH. How y'all doing today? It's 2:30 Pacific time, 2:30 Mountain time, 4:30 Central time, and 5:30 Eastern time. I hope you're having a great day. Today's been hot as usual. It's about 114 here in Arizona, and I love the heat. Either you love it or you don't. I hope it's great weather where you are at. And which brings me to the subject of today, which is the prize is to exercise. And what is the prize? What's the prize to exercising? Well, you are the prize. You are the prize. You have to look at yourself, all of us now, almost like professional athletes, where we are in a day where our health is on the line every day. We're all in the middle of what is either an end of a pandemic or the beginning of another one, or however it is, but we're never going to be the same again. And I know that exercise for most of us it seems like it's work, and yet it can be work. Okay, it just depends on how you look at it. Okay, because you are an adult of your mind, an adult of your thought, and you are what you think about. So the pleasantness of what it takes and the effort is something that is ongoing. So one of the things I always get inspired by my own personal life to share with you, because I just feel that I'm the everyman and even every woman because of the spirit that we're all under, one spirit. I consider the Holy Spirit to be Sophia. My inspiration is from the Holy Spirit. So one of the things I wanted to go over is my history recently. And over the last couple of years now, I've been doing P90X 30 for, this is the 12th year that I've been doing it. And I usually do P90X at least twice a year. So it's 90 days, intense exercise, 5 to 6 days a week. And it's very intense, but it's very, very rewarding. But it's also very, very difficult. And so I do look at it as a challenge. And so, but what happened to me, because I do it on a regular basis, but then what happened was last year, I had deaths in the family. And the first death was Izzy, my dog. And so Izzy was walked 2 to 3 times a day. Even when Izzy was blind and deaf for the last year and a half of her life, we walked. We had a park. She could run. And I was doing P90X so I could run with her. When she just started running, I could run with her. So part of it was, wanting to be with her. But then when she died, there was no, I lost the will to exercise. I didn't want to do anything. This was the hardest period of my life. I've gone over this before. But when you go through the worst and you come out on the other side, it's okay to be able to reflect on that, because you have to look back on the things that happened so that you know how to go forward. So literally, I did not work out for a year, ladies and gentlemen. I stopped right after she passed. And I had completed P90X right before she did. It was It's interesting. So I had strength for quite a while. And then the time went by, and we're coming up to really here. So this year came in. I started this show on April 1st. I had just started doing P90X in March. So I started March 1st. Then I started this show, and then it took up all my time. And so I've been fighting back to get back into it. All right. So, and P90X, I'm 64 years old, and the older you get, the harder it gets. I'll just let you know that it doesn't get any easier. So, but again, this might be you, but it only might be in a different way. Okay. So it might be a job loss that make you lose your motivation. I'm sure the pandemic, it wasn't motivating. It was demotivating. People were afraid to get out of their houses to go exercise. And if you're not used to working out at home, and you're more used to going somewhere like Planet Fitness and to the park and swimming and all these things, those were all taken out. So, so what ended up happening for me, and this was just recently, okay, I had not walked, and I have a beautiful neighborhood that I walked with my little girl. And we've been here for 8 years. So all of a sudden I have nobody to walk with. And about, it was last week, about 10 o'clock at night, I just walked out the door and just started walking around the block, walking. And of course the initial sadness, but then I realized that this is what she wanted me to do. Anyway, I had to get back going. So now I'm a P90X guy, but you have to build up to it, so to speak. You can't just start it. You got to do something to get your body going before you start this. It's a serious exercise. So I started walking. And I've been reading about people who just can't get going. Maybe it's the heat, okay? So I had to get up earlier. I had to start getting up earlier in order to go walk because it's 96 degrees by 10:30 here. So it's 100 by 11. All right, so here in Arizona, people change their whole schedules around. They get up real early, go to bed real early. Okay. When the changes over to fall, then you stay up later and you get up later. Okay. But right now it's in the period where everybody gets up early. So you see people out at dawn here. Okay. So, so over the last, week, I got up to about just 2 miles walking, and then the day was today, okay? The day came today when I was walking, and on my last go around, I said, well, it's time to go ride the bike. It's time to go ride the bike. Of course, all the tires were flat, completely covered in dust, and deep in the garage, I had to move everything to get to it. That was his own thing. Filled up the tires, took off, rode a mile. It was such an incredible experience because I brought it back to the beginning. You see, all this stuff, it cost me a year of my health. Everything had happened. Almost a year. It wasn't quite a year, but it was almost a year, which for me is unheard of. Some of you know I gained a lot of weight. I was up to 350 pounds, size 58 coat, and so suit coat, and then I'm at a svelte 44, which means 46, which means there's about 10 to 15 pounds that got to go to get back in the 44. Okay. So the getting on that bike was step 2. See, step 1 was walking, just getting out there. I mean it. You talking about walk. Literally just walking like I walk in the house. Then it speeded up a little bit, which I know it will because no matter P90X teaches you, just keep doing it. You're going to get better. You're going to get better. You're going to get better. And that walking was number 1. 1, 2, 3. So 1 was walking. Then the next thing was getting on that bike today. Getting on the bike and riding my bike. And now I'm going to I'll be doing P90X. You'll be hearing about that. So it all is done in stages. Now, again, when you snooze, you lose. When you don't exercise, your body forgets. But you do have muscle memory. See, when you exercise, you do have muscle memory. And so, again, here am I feeling. Okay, the old feelings coming back, which is the endorphins. Endorphins is just a chemical release that just makes you feel better. It makes you feel better. And it's naturally a natural feeling, and you get it pretty quick. And also your immune system. The immune system is part of building up with exercise. Okay. It helps you, maintain your weight, which I know it's like, okay, great. Now I know that I'm not going to be gaining more weight. Okay, you see, so by exercising and eating right now, because you got to eat right. Okay. We're like 1 meal a day here, 1 good meal and then a snack. Okay. Just that alone helps. All right. But again, when you're at home, the last year, it's kind of being docile, eating, not eating, but just no movement. So you can maintain your weight. You can also lose weight. Also, your hunger cravings are reduced when you exercise. For me, we try not to eat till the evening. Sometimes we eat in the morning. Sometimes we eat in the afternoon. We're not under a schedule. It is about when we are hungry. That's how we are at the ALPOUGH house. Are you hungry? No. Okay. If you're not hungry, there's no need to eat. It's only until you're hungry that you eat. All right. One of the things I really think is good is a good example to others. You feed off of each other. When someone's exercising, people feel guilty and want to go exercise. I don't know whether or not that's good for somebody to feel guilty or not. But again, being a good example to others. And again, I'm talking about when you get older, you must start thinking about your body like a professional athlete. Wow, that was weird. Probably oh, I still got everybody. Yes, my computer froze. It loves to do that. Thanks for sticking around. Listen, at the end of the day, you want to first be the example for yourself, but at the end of the day, love is the prize, and that is what you do when you exercise. Love is your prize, and keep it up. When you do it live, there ain't no jive. You just got to keep working out. Then when you do it live, anything can happen. Believe me, after 108 shows, I done figured that out. So it all is about a good attitude. It's all about taking it one thing at a time. The computer stopped, came back on. Boy, it's the weirdest thing in the world. But then again, we live in a weird world. So I'm going to see you at 6:30, and I'll be working on seeing if it crashes on me again. But I bought a brand new computer, so you think that. But again, who knows? ALPOUGH. That's me, Alpo. I'll see you at 6:30 tonight. And thank you for sticking with me.